Hey, yo, it's another podcast with your boys Bill, James, and Tig's Excellent Adventure. Today we're going to talk about
the NBA playoffs. There is a 3-game difference between the 3rd seed and the 8th seed in the West.
Today we're also going to talk about the NFL Combine.
Who do you think the Browns are going to take with the first pick?
It's all happening right here on the fucking 7th episode. I feel like we've been doing this just 2 weeks.
7.
That's right.
It's so far away from the mic, no one can hear it.
It's another fucking podcast. Yep, my mic is hot. I'm ready. We in here.
Hot
Today,
mics.
It's your boy,
James Haley.
Eric Martig.
and I'm Bill, and we're here with Bill, James, and Tig's Excellent Adventure.
Welcome in.
You know it's the #1 sports podcast in all of America, and all of the world, and all of the universe, motherfucker. So get your fucking ass up and subscribe and like.
Facts on facts on facts.
Facts on facts on facts. That's the fastest I think I ever said that. I didn't even mess up. And
You're doing it, Peter.
You're playing with
I think it's because I haven't smoked the blunt.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, this is pre blunt Bill.
So now I'm gonna light this blunt, and now it's all going downhill from here.
Hey, did you guys see on one of our Instagram posts that someone wrote BDB?
Yeah, that's Big Dick Bill.
I was gonna ask, does that mean Big Dick Bill?
It's Big Dick Bill. Shout out to everybody. Shout out
was
Brittany.
serious.
Shout out to Brittany. Shout out to everybody.
It was,
You know what I'm saying?
it was Kate, maybe.
No, yeah, but it was also Kate who did that.
Big
Kate,
Dick
shout out
Bill.
to Kate who actually put the.
Why does
Brittany
Bill,
gave me
why
the-
does Bill get Big Dick Bill? What about
Brittany
like
gave me the name,
Big
so
Dick
that's what.
Tig and Big Dick James?
Well, you know.
That's more like average Dick James. If we're being completely honest.
It's another podcast.
He's like, yeah, you know, it's more like average, big, you know. But look, Big Dick Bill, that's the name I got back in Alabama a long time ago.
How did you get that nickname?
You know, being lucky, being blessed,
Genetics.
being blessed.
And thus conspiracy theories were born.
I'm glad that it actually meant Big Dick Bill because I was wondering
I was
if that
not
meant Big
expecting
Dick
that
Bill.
comment. I'm not gonna lie, but
I had
you know,
to Google it. And I was
let's
like,
get
what the
that
fuck
shout.
does this mean?
Let's get them shout outs going there. You know, more BDBs out here. I'm with it. I got my fan club.
Apparently, me and James had to work a little harder for our fan club.
Not if you got a big dick.
I got big laughs, James, which is cool, I guess.
BLJ,
Yeah.
baby.
Hey,
Big loser, James.
If you're gonna be a comedian, you need to have laughs.
Yeah.
So
Should we jump into this?
Let's jump
yeah,
in
let's
and
jump
welcome
into it.
everyone. Happy Tuesday or Thursday or Friday, whenever you're listening to this.
Welcome in.
Welcome back.
get it in for the real thing. Today we're going to talk about
Lots of stuff here.
Lot
Let's
of
talk
shit.
about the NFL Combine first.
yeah, that was this weekend.
Yeah, that was this weekend. Did you guys catch any of the Combine?
Saquon Barkley took it over, right?
Saquon crushed it. He put up, he bench pressed 29 reps, ran a 4.4 or something like that.
4.43, I think.
4.43. His vertical was 41 inches for a
Oh, I
little
did see
man.
that.
Is fucking ridiculous.
So is this guy the new Ezekiel Elliott?
Well,
Oh, I'm putting it in crickets right there.
yeah. I think they're different types of backs. Zeke,
No,
I think
the answer is no.
Yeah.
How big is Zeke? How tall is Ezekiel Elliott?
Zeke's like a man. Say,
He's like 6'3", 6'2".
Yeah.
I'm saying like the
I would say
greatest.
6'2".
Yeah.
I'm saying like the number one talent in the draft.
I think Saquon Barkley has proven that he could possibly be the best player in the draft. And the big question is, the Browns with the number 1 pick, will they draft Saquon Barkley, or will they make a Browns move and still draft a QB at number 1?
Let me tell you something, man. I don't trust running backs that are 5'10" and just nothing. He's listed at 6 feet. I know that nigga is not 6 feet tall.
No, he actually looks smaller. Unlike
He's a
Pistol
tiny
Pete,
dude.
who's
He's a tiny
6'5"
dude.
That you
I don't want
thought
to hear
was
he's
under
6 feet. He's at least 5'11", maybe 5'10". But I don't like running backs like that. And when's the last time you had a Penn State running back that you liked? Anyway, in the NFL.
So can we get an actual NFL player comp? Like, is he Darren Sproles?
He's better.
He's better than Darren Sproles. I mean, I don't know.
I feel like the
think
difference with Saquon Barkley, He bench pressed 29 reps. He's really, really strong.
Yeah, but that just means he's going to be a
He's
thumper.
got great feet. He's super fast.
To me-
And I think he can catch and become a better pass receiver in the NFL.
Put them pads on. He was running with no pads.
Did you see him play this year?
Yeah,
with
but-
pads, he looks awesome still.
Yeah, but he's a poor man's Maurice Jones-Drew in the
That's
NFL.
what I was gonna ask because Maurice
think a poor
Jones-Drew
man's
is 5'10",
He's a poor man's
No.
Maurice Jones-Drew in the NFL.
and he was a bowling ball. He would just rumble through. So is that your comp?
That's my final answer.
Okay.
So you think
Put it in, Regis.
Do you-
Give me that million.
Do you think the Browns should draft a QB with the first pick?
I do think that first of all, I think that the Browns should trade down. And yes, I do think they should draft a
So the Browns have
quarterback.
the first and the fourth pick in the top 10 for the draft for anyone that doesn't know. So that's what we're working with here.
Right.
You know what the Browns? It always seems like the Browns always do. They draft an offensive player who doesn't work out. Right? Is that?
Wait, Johnny Manziel didn't work out?
Yeah.
He is a great baseball player.
did not
all
work
right. He is
Did
a
not work
great. He's a great beer pong player, I think. But don't you think, like in my, I don't know, draft or college football, but don't you think they should just like get crazy amazing offensive linemen just so they can make average players at least look better than they are?
I think with the first pick in the draft, you select the best player in the draft. And
Right.
I think
No matter
that
what happens.
is Saquon Barkley.
I don't think so.
You don't think it's Barkley?
No.
Who do you think is the best
I would take
player
a
in the
quarterback
draft?
because the quarterback is,
But they have the fourth pick in the draft.
which is why they can trade down. Like I said, they should trade down and pick a quarterback at 4, and then they should get more of their needs on the defensive end because their defense was terrible last year.
Their defense was better than their offense last year.
Yeah, but their offense is bad because they don't have wide receivers. Now, if you say they should take a wide receiver at the first pick, there isn't a wide receiver worth that in this
Josh
draft.
Gordon is still on the Browns.
That's what I'm saying.
And
So-
he is a legitimate number 1 wide receiver, at least in my mind.
They
if
just
he plays
need,
the whole season and he stops smoking weed.
They just need a solid quarterback, a veteran, and some more defensive pieces, and that's a great team. That's a great team if they just get. They already have an offensive line. The reason their offensive line was bad this year because
Joe Thomas was
Joe
there.
Thomas went out, and that was the
okay.
reason they were bad this year. They don't need an offensive lineman in the draft. They need a serviceable running back and more defensive pieces.
Is Corey Coleman a good wide receiver? He's on the Browns, right?
Corey Coleman is on the Browns.
Is he a
on
good
the
wide
Browns.
receiver?
He's fine.
He's serviceable.
Actually, I had a bet with
Is he better
my
than-
buddy Gaston, who hopefully will be on the show at some point.
Sure.
We can actually talk about this dumb bet that he made. We bet him that Corey Coleman would not receive for over 1,000 yards last year, which,
What did he get? Like 300 yards?
I mean, it was way under 1,000 yards, and Gaston got blown out by this. But
Well, see,
he
that's
is
also he didn't have a quarterback.
He didn't have a quarterback. He's a number 2 wide receiver, but he can't be the number 1.
He could be
Josh
a
Gordon
Dan-
is their number 1 wide receiver when healthy and not high.
He could be a Danny Amendola type guy.
Sure.
If he had a good quarterback. You know what I mean? That's what my whole point is. They need a veteran. They don't need a guy who's going to get in there and not know how to play in the NFL. They need a guy. There are none of these quarterbacks, in my opinion, are ready to come and play in the NFL. Josh Allen throws the ball to other people a lot.
Yeah, that's the problem with
What's
Allen.
the other one from
Rosen?
Rosen throws the ball to a lot of other people when he gets hit. If he gets hit, that's the end of the game for him. He's like, oh, okay, I'm done.
Sub.
Yeah,
So-
I'm tired. Let me tap out.
Yeah.
So, Bill, let's say they don't go running back, and they go QB for the first pick, which quarterback do you think would be the most ready to start for the Browns? I guess out of Darnold, Allen, Rosen. I'm not putting Mayfield in there because I think that's a terrible decision if they draft.
I
Mayfield.
would go with Baker Mayfield. But I don't think they
course you
should
would.
draft a quarterback number 1. But if I was going to draft a quarterback,
You would
number
go
one, I would
Mayfield?
go Mayfield.
Why?
How many of those quarterbacks were in the playoffs ever? Or even competed?
Wait, was
Heavily in a-
Wyoming in the national championship? No, Wyoming didn't make it, right?
It was
Right.
Alabama versus who?
How many of those quarterbacks have played in big games? How many of them quarterbacks have done what that kid has done? I mean, he's played in an actual tough conference.
Well, so based on that, then, so the Browns should just go after A.J. McCarron, not draft a quarterback, draft offensive lineman with the first pick, who the Giants are probably trying to draft, pass on Barkley, and then with that fourth pick, they can use it on defense. That's what you think?
Or on that fourth pick, go get a quarterback.
And you could still get a Rosen, an Allen. Mayfield could possibly still be there too.
And they don't have to start immediately. You got A.J. McCarron or whoever, you know.
Baker Mayfield's going to
Kirk Cousins, whoever, what's his name? I know, even though he's not talking about going to the Browns, but you know what I'm saying? If they get a veteran who can play right now, boom.
To do the Jared Goff route.
Right. And then 3-4 years from now, we can talk about
Get Jay
Mayfield
Cutler
or
on the
whoever.
Browns for a year.
Oh, my God.
Serviceable.
Oh, my God.
serviceable.
Let's talk about.
Love you, Jay.
Let's not ever talk about Jay Cutler anymore. Is he done? Is he done? Is he done?
Well, Tannehill's going to come back. Miami's possibly looking into QBs, though, because I don't know if Tannehill necessarily is a
He
for
sucks.
sure thing.
He sucks. That's
Say
a
it-
bad
say it again.
quarterback.
You
think?
Ryan Tannehill sucks.
There he is.
Yeah.
There.
Shout out to you, Ryan.
So Miami
Tannehill.
could be in the market for a quarterback, actually. But it's not going to be Jay Cutler, I don't think. I think Jay might retire after this year.
One of the greatest Broncos of all time.
Statistically, the greatest Bears quarterback of all time, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Well, he
Most
is
of all-
a fucking.
It's
he
a
had-
really low bar to get ahead, but he
the
got
dude-
ahead with the right amount of years
The
playing on
dude,
a football
if you
team.
go look at his numbers, it has amazing numbers. Amazing numbers. And then you go look at his win-loss record, and you're like, oh, those are not amazing numbers. You're literally under 500.
Yeah. Those Bears teams weren't good.
No, the defenses were. The defenses were great.
Bears
The
defense last
offensive
year was a
line-
top 10 defense, by the
Look,
way.
I'm not
Everyone
trying to go
knows.
into the
They were
why is
number
Jay
10.
Cutler
They
a
were-
terrible
They
quarterback.
were the bottom of the 10.
But he
the Bears team top 10.
was a terrible quarterback because he got hit too much, and that's a fact. And
he's very confident.
And-
He's a little too confident.
he knew he was that good.
It's
Which is
because he
what-
can sling that ball, man. Woo!
Okay, fuck him.
Which is
I'm
why-
Jake the Snake. I'm that's my favorite.
Jay Cutler!
Which is why people need offensive linemen are underrated. If you have a great offensive line, an average quarterback will look like a great quarterback.
That's a fact.
And great quarterback will be a superstar.
Yeah, if any like NFL QB has 4 seconds in the pocket, they're gonna find someone
Yeah.
open. But when you have 2, it's real hard.
Ooh,
So good
I
luck to
wanna
the
talk about-
Browns. I'm sure they're gonna
Good luck
make
to the Browns.
some terrible decision with the first
Now,
pick.
who do y'all think is gonna pick up your boy Jimmy?
Jimmy Graham is a free agent.
They freed him.
An
Ladies and
amazing
gentlemen, he's free.
story of coming back from a meniscus tear or an ankle thing.
Well, yeah, what was
I
Jimmy
think it
Graham's
was a
injury?
meniscus.
I don't think it had ever been done before. People don't come back from that injury, and he did. He changed his game. He's not a high jumper anymore, but he boxes out and has great hands.
He changed his game to, hey, they're throwing to me a lot less now because Drew Brees is not my quarterback.
He
Well,
And I hear
they
the
throw it to
Saints
me a
might
lot
be
less-
looking to bring him back.
The
Really?
reason that he didn't work in Russell Wilson's offense is because Russell Wilson's offense is, okay, we're going to call this play and then hike. Now we're going to run for my life and I'm going to
Yeah.
throw it to whoever is open.
another case of having a bad offensive line.
Exactly. But Jimmy Graham, I think, is getting a little bit of the blame a little bit. Maybe they don't want to. Well, I'm saying they obviously didn't want to pay him. So they're letting him go.
He's
And
31 years old.
Yeah, he does have the injury, and he's not a high flyer.
I'm saying if nobody decides, if he doesn't go to the Saints,
I mean, I
which
could
he
see a
sh-
team that will grab his ass real quick, and it's
thinking-
the Green Bay fucking Packers.
Ooh, see,
And
he
I
said
hate
it.
that idea
He said it.
because
Don't
that
be
means I
su-
got to deal with Jimmy Graham twice a
Don't
year.
be surprised if the Patriots sign him.
Also, the Bears have to be interested in Jimmy Graham. Our tight end situation is not great. We have a second year. Shaheen, I think, is the starting tight end of
The
the Bears
Lions.
right now.
Don't be surprised if the Lions go.
Eric
after him.
Ebron,
Yeah, when is he going to be good? Because I've been waiting for about 5 years.
he had a solid year. but he can't really catch the ball.
He can't catch. I saw it live in person. Can't catch a lick.
Yeah. And offense is a good thing to have in the NFL.
Yeah, let's keep going before I keep just naming every team. What if he goes to San Francisco though? For real.
That's a possibility. Who's their tight end right now? I don't even know who their tight end.
Vernon Day. No, not Vernon Davis.
Hey, remember when Vernon Davis
Was this 5 years ago?
Niners?
3 years ago? 2 years ago?
3? Yeah.
3?
Then is it back up for the Broncos now?
Yeah, I think so.
Why you say that? They do 2 tight ends.
Oh no! Is he on the Redskins?
Washington.
He's on Washington.
Yeah, he's Washington.
Oh, which is basically a starting tight end because Jordan Reed can't stay healthy for more than 4 games a year.
That Jordan Reed, a great what if.
Jimmy Graham to the Niners makes that offense. Woo! Garoppolo.
I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo's
Jimmy
good.
Jimmy
Jimmy
Graham.
Graham. Good.
Jimmy, they gonna have the Jimmys, the 2 Jimmys.
Oh, Jimmy Dean sausages is
Man,
going to sponsor
yeah.
them.
You know how many Jimmy hat jokes I'm gonna have for them when they, you know what I'm saying?
It's
Like,
gonna be a BDJ, right? It's gonna be Big Dick Jimmy over there.
There'll be like a
Big
peanut
Jimmy.
butter and jelly sandwich, and then just a jelly J&J sandwich.
So they say that Kirk Cousins is looking at narrowing his choices down to the Jets and the Minnesota Vikings. So I just want to take this time to say congratulations to us.
We finally got something right.
We're right. Hey, I mean, I got that Jacksonville-Pittsburgh game right.
Bill did get the Jacksonville.
And, now
Over the Pittsburgh
Now we
Steelers.
have collectively gotten something right together, and it feels good. It feels good.
Congratulations to
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I don't understand why Denver is out. I only figured that Denver's out because Denver's going to draft a quarterback in the draft. Is that why Denver's out of the running for
Would
Kirk
they
Cousins?
have told Kirk that?
Well, I don't understand why that would be like
You probably-
a destination that Kirk Cousins wouldn't want to
If
go
they,
to.
I'm assuming they interviewed with Kirk, and if you're about to sign a guy long term, you probably do divulge a little bit of that information. Let him know where you're gonna go in the future.
Yeah.
And Kirk is looking for that love right now. I'm gonna tell you,
Can Denver give him that
I'm not
love?
a former player. But
you know
I've-
what?
Do
I've
they have
heard
enough
from a
money
lot.
to do that?
I've heard a lot of everybody got no. It's not I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about love.
Oh, like blowjobs and hand jobs.
Yeah, he wants that.
When you're
oh,
sick.
yeah, he wants that booty.
Oh, that
He want his-
NCAA recruitment love.
Yeah, he want his booty ate. He wants his booty ate. You know what I'm
He
saying?
wants that blue chips love.
Yeah, he gotta get his salad toss. He gotta get 2 strippers. You know what I'm saying? He want to fall in love with a stripper.
Okay, so Minnesota's going to give him that, and possibly the
No,
Jets.
what I
the
mean
Jets will
is-
give him anything he wants.
What I mean is, my love is he wants to know he's gonna be there for the next 5 years, and he's gonna want to know that he's not gonna be traded. He wants to know that he ain't gonna be franchised the next year, and then
No, he wants
negotiate
security.
my contract and
because
none
he
of this
knows
shit.
he's a little overrated.
Well, no, because
can I speak on that? 'Cause I
Yeah.
think Denver is really good at evaluating quarterbacks. First of all, they didn't give Brock Osweiler a max contract. They let
Yuck.
Houston make that mistake, and
Brock
they
is
drafted,
terrible.
I believe, 2 quarterbacks, maybe even 3, and one they decided to go with Trevor Siemian, who was later round and it was.
bad.
Their
Bad.
QB situation
But hold on,
is
but-
probably the worst.
But at least they
I
were.
don't know what's happening over there.
They didn't just automatically go with the one who was drafted higher. They tested him out in camp, and maybe they see something in Kirk Cousins that we're not seeing.
Well, they have Simeon
Well,
and
it's
they have
report-
Paxton Lynch over
Paxton-
there
It
still.
is reported that it is Kirk who is making these decisions. He's a free agent. He's the one who's taking Denver out of the situation right now. Nah, this is just reported this morning. We don't give shout outs to no journalists,
No shout outs.
so I'm not calling out names, but this was reported this
John
morning.
Doe.
John Doe reported on Twitter.
Oh, I love John.
So I don't know. I think he might go. Which one do you think he's going to choose between the Jets or the Vikings?
If he wants to win a Super Bowl soon before his career is completely done, you go to the Vikings.
I say Jets
Why the Jets?
because, to be honest, New York is funner than Minnesota.
Whoop whoop.
Location.
Hell yeah. I'm trying to, he probably get him a fucking apartment in Williamsburg in the Bronx.
Yeah, and
I didn't even like think about that
Fun.
factor of the quality of living in the city that you play for.
You know, it's mad cold in Minnesota. It's cold in New York.
Yeah,
but
they're both cold.
it so is better when it's like beautiful women, and nice fine dining restaurants.
Can Minnesota give him a max deal?
Wait a minute. First of all, Minnesota has beautiful women. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Minnesota women can be beautiful.
They
How
can
dare
be.
you.
They can be very beautiful.
But they don't dress the way they do in New York, maybe.
Maybe.
I've seen ugly girls in New York. Come on.
I've seen mad ugly girls in New York. Mad ugly girls. But
Yeah.
well, there's a lot of more people in New York, though. So
Okay, so
therefore,
Kirk
we're
Cousins will
balancing
have more fun in New York.
We're saying-
Happily married Kirk Cousins.
and he'll get,
There's a lot of
and
fun
he'll
things
get
to
the
do.
love, and he'll get the love in New
He
York.
can go see a theater, play.
get the
You know what I'm
bill
saying?
love.
Sure,
New
they got
York.
Broadway.
He got Broadway.
He can see some plays.
Yeah, he can go to the
eat
Apollo.
Some pizza.
Sure.
The
Yeah.
bagels are great.
Stand-up
Get a
comedy
bagel.
scene is good.
Yeah. Look, Jets
Take a
fans.
walk.
We are not Jets fans, so you better fucking be appreciating all this fucking.
There is a lot of
Palm-palming
Jets
we're doing for your
conversation we have.
And
Yeah.
maybe football wise, it's a weak division besides the Patriots. And maybe he sees somewhere down the line when Brady retires, then it's just a Brady-less Patriots, and then the Dolphins,
Cousins' path to the New England Patriots.
and then Dolphins, and then the Bills.
He could be. If he went to the Jets, I think he should go to the Jets as well. I mean, I do agree with you, Eric. If he goes to Minnesota,
Yeah.
he's got the best chance to win now. If he goes to the Jets, he can make it to the playoffs by winning just 10 games. But if he goes to the NFC North, it's going to be hard. He's got to face Aaron Rodgers, too.
Aaron Rodgers
And
is
Matthew
there.
Stafford is
Don't
there.
sleep on my Bears.
It's not easy for them. It's not an easy path in Minnesota.
No, but
Just like it's not.
But it's a great
it's
defense.
not. It's not that hard though.
It's a great defense, and you got Stephon Diggs.
But in the
And,
end,
You have Cook coming back next year too.
and who's that white receiver?
Uh,
Adam Thielen.
yes.
we ought to have a second.
Thielen?
You know what?
Thielen.
You know what?
That's a hard last name.
Adam
for me to say.
Thielen, not Adam Thielen.
Thielen. Thielen.
Hey,
Thielen.
that's gonna be a new topic.
What's that?
Who's that wide receiver? Look out for that next week. We're gonna have that next week.
Who's that wide
Who's
receiver?
that wide receiver? We'll
Who's
have a
that white
segment.
wide receiver? Who's that wide receiver?
Who's that white wide
Why-
receiver? Who's that white wide
It's
receiver?
either Adam Thielen or a Patriot.
I was just having a conversation with someone about all like the Patriots white wide receivers and their ability to find the whitest wide receivers in the league.
It takes the greatest quarterback of all time to make Pro Bowlers out of white wide receivers.
It's crazy. Wes Welker
Hogan,
was in
Amendola.
Miami, rotting away, and they got him. He's a Hall of Famer now.
They got Burkhead over there too.
Burkhead, Edelman,
Edelman.
Amendola.
Amendola was in the Rams, hurt every game. Came
Yep.
over to New England. He's been hurt like a little bit, but not like he was.
He had a great playoffs.
Hey, maybe
Yeah.
you don't. Maybe when you hurt though, and your
That's just a
team
great
is
system. It's a great system.
13-2, and you're just like, maybe I'm not gonna come back this week. Maybe I'm just gonna chill. I don't know, but
They got a good health.
you're right. We're gonna talk about
Yeah.
that next week. You know, be looking out for that.
Yeah.
Sure.
So let's see. We'll see where Kirk lands.
So
I hope it's the Jets because I don't want the Vikings to get better. If they would get better with Kirk Cousins over Case Keenum, I don't know.
So the Giants look like Eli is staying at home, like we predicted.
Because no
Like
one
I
wants
predicted.
him. Does anyone want Eli Manning right now?
He could get Anybody will take anybody right now.
he is to New
Quarterback.
York.
I don't know
He
if I would
is-
take him on the Bears.
He is to Giants
say no.
fans what Kobe Bryant is to Laker fans.
Yeah.
They'll give him the treatment. Say, hey, you got us 2 Super Bowls against the Patriots. We'll ride with you.
Well, last week the question was why would he stay? You know, but now he's staying.
No, he's staying. Is that confirmed?
Yeah, I saw that this morning. Check that Tuesday.
All right.
He's got
Watch
it's a
the
great wide
six.
receiver
Fine.
core.
Yeah, whatever.
If Odell Beckham and Brandon Marshall come back, that's some
Well, who do y'all think
wide
they're?
receivers.
Well, who
I'm
do y'all
over
think
Brandon
they're
Marshall at this
gonna?
point.
They got the number 2 draft pick is why I brought it up.
Who are they going to pick?
The
That's why
Giants
I'm
have
asking.
4.
Who do y'all think they're gonna pick?
No, the
at
Giants
number 2?
have.
The second pick.
Oh, the Giants. Oh yeah, they have the second pick. if the Browns pass on Barkley, I think they're definitely getting Barkley.
They don't have a running back, do they?
No, but they also don't have an offensive line. To your point earlier,
Shit, you're right.
No, it's
they have.
I think Rashad Jennings
zero
continues to
offensive line.
start the year, and then Darkwa, he came around.
Oh, Orleans Dark.
Yeah.
Great name.
I don't think they
Great
drafted an offensive lineman last year either, and last 2 years they've had like the worst offensive line.
If the Browns take Barkley, I think the Giants will get an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you think? You think they're gonna? Let's say the Browns trade down. Let's go with our theory.
Okay, the Browns are trading down to
Browns
what?
trade
though?
down.
And for what?
And we'll say
What are they trading down
whoever else came up, they take Saquon. So we'll say Saquon's off the board.
I just don't see the Browns trading the number 1 pick in the draft.
I see him trading down because I don't think they're going to trade. I
Wait,
don't
the
think they're
Giants or the Browns?
Who will the Giants pick at number 2 if the?
I think they
if
should go for one of those quarterbacks.
One of their quarterbacks.
Yeah.
To back up Eli?
Yeah.
So draft another quarterback.
Do they? I mean, if
Everyone start drafting quarterbacks.
If you said that these quarterbacks need a couple years, and Eli's definitely going to play at least a couple years, can at least, and if they get a good new coach.
Which quarterback do you think they should draft?
Man, I don't know shit about the combine. I saw this quarterback throwing 90-yard touchdowns in the combine on Twitter. It looked like the most amazing thing. And I saw a guy with one hand bench press like 1,000,000 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, my man, bench press 20 reps.
One hand.
With one hand.
He ran the fastest 40 time for anyone his size. What's his name?
I don't
He's
know.
got
He
a
played for
twin brother.
USF. He does have a twin brother for the Seattle Seahawks. He plays for the Seattle. He's a linebacker for the USF.
Yeah. And, we saw that the defensive player on the Giants with one hand play.
Jaqueem Griffin.
There you go.
Shout out to Jaqueem Griffin. Jaqueem, you out here stunning on these fools.
So what, is he... Can you play football with one hand?
100%. Yeah.
He has been. He has been his whole
Pierre
life,
Thomas,
man.
Now, hold
he
on.
blew his
He's
hand
had
He's
one
off.
hand.
only played,
Firework
I believe,
accident.
2 games in his whole college career.
And
No, I think he only
Post
started
ball.
2 games his whole college career.
Oh, okay.
He's a little undersized for linebacker is the problem, but they're talking about putting
So is Ray
him
Lewis.
in the secondary. As like a safety
man,
or
look,
something
let me
like
tell you
that.
something. This kid, first of all, I seen him catch. He can catch.
With one hand, that quarterback should quit. Whoever threw an interception.
He had 8 interceptions his career.
Really?
I'm pretty positive, yeah. He had 8 interceptions his
He's still
career.
pitting the ball.
Get
train
this
it.
guy a hand, and he will be he will be the new Ray Lewis.
Well, I mean, you got to remember, he ain't had a hand since he was 4 years old.
He learned to play without it.
Learn to play without it. So, I mean, look, this guy, I say, somebody draft this kid because he's going to be.
I
looks
think
like
they
he
need
can
to
play.
change his position.
I looked him up. I looked at his tape a little bit. But the kid can play, so they need to play him.
Now they said
need
the
to
same
draft him, I
thing.
mean.
They said the same thing about Michael Sam, some defensive player of the SEC or something like that, and he fell all the way down. Is this guy gonna? Our GM's gonna be too afraid to be wrong?
No,
and
this is the
look
guy
like
that you
idiots?
can draft late in the draft. too,
Michael
and see what
Sam
you
is
have.
not in the league because he's gay. I
He's
saw
in the league
Michael
'cause he's not good
Sam
at
play.
football.
I saw Michael Sam play. Michael Sam plays just fine, and he plays better than a lot of guys who have a job right now. For a fact. For a fact.
Michael Sam.
Yes.
He wasn't that impressive. He was fine, but there's
we,
guys that
we
are.
literally did not get to see Michael Sam.
We saw him on the Rams.
All he did was play preseason games. He barely got any reps.
I've watched
And
some of those preseason games.
And
He
his
barely
career
got any
highlight,
reps. He got like 4 reps.
his career highlight.
Yes, he got like 4 reps a game. That's
I feel
not.
like I've seen him.
And he didn't even, look,
in
man.
longer
He got
game action and
He
a
was
higher
out of
quality
that.
of
He was
games.
out of there because he was gay, man. It's a fact.
But his
I mean, I'm
career
sure that didn't
highlight.
help him.
God damn it! But his career highlight was when he sacked Johnny Manziel and did the moneymaker sign in a preseason
do
game.
that.
I was like,
I do
this guy
remember
might
that.
be my new favorite player. YouTube that shit. I'm upset he's not on a football team now.
That was probably the greatest moment for Michael Sam.
Bam!
Was
Let me tell you
Johnny
something.
Manziel after sacking
You do
Johnny
not.
Manziel.
You do not win SEC Defensive Player of the Year being a washed up player. You do not win that being an unable to perform player.
Yeah.
You don't.
I don't know. I just felt like he wasn't. He was good, but there's players better than him, and that's why he didn't become.
He's better than a lot of dudes that are playing.
See, I don't know that.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Like I said,
and I haven't seen
combine.
him like practice or
whatever.
playing along.
Shout out to Michael Sam.
getting the shout out.
So yeah, if the Giants want to take a quarterback, play behind Eli for a couple years, be the new Jimmy G, fuck it. Unless you want to trade down and get like 3 offensive linemen.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how this draft falls.
I say Giants should draft an offensive lineman. They get a second round pick. Get the quarterback in the second round. You already have a quarterback.
True.
Who's getting Jackson?
How about getting some defense?
LeVar
over
Jackson could actually be a great QB.
Could be.
Someone could get a steal.
so.
I don't know.
He actually,
those
when
type
he
of
runs,
QBs I hate in the NFL.
he doesn't run. He doesn't.
Not like I hate.
He doesn't
that.
run to
Just
run.
that
He
style, I don't
runs to
think
throw.
works.
He runs to throw though.
That's good. Yeah.
He doesn't. If anybody who's watched this film, I mean, this guy, we're talking about Lamar Jackson for the Louisville Cardinals.
Nominated for Heisman this year. Won the Heisman last year.
Sweet.
This guy can throw the ball.
And everyone's saying that he should play wide receiver. He's like, I got here playing QB, and I thought I did a pretty damn good job doing that, guys.
Why do they do that shit?
Because they're
white
assholes.
people hate black quarterbacks. It's still a fact. It's not 25 years ago they were saying black quarterbacks weren't smart enough to play the position. So
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that here we are 25 years later and they still are throwing that shade out there every once in a while. Oh, maybe you should switch to wide receiver.
They got Terrell Pryor though.
Terrell Pryor
he was a quarterback.
was not ready to play quarterback yet. He was forced to go into the draft because of the allegations at Ohio State.
Man,
He
I
wasn't
would
ready to
love
play
for
yet.
the
He
Browns
still needed to
draft
develop.
I see.
He still needed to develop and never got a chance to because he was out here doing stupid shit, getting tattoos for free and shit like that.
Yeah.
Not going to class. That kind of shit. You know? Shout out to all my Ohio State fans.
OHIO.
Y'all better send them motherfuckers to class.
Is the
We
wide
send them to
receiver
class at Alabama.
is
They
the
go
wide
to class.
Is the wide receiver position the easiest position to play in sports?
No. What?
Wide receivers are
Left
very
field?
big and tall, so I'm going to say no. In case
But-
I run into one.
But if you are
No, right field is probably the easiest position to play.
right field,
Yeah. There's a lot of standing around over there, I feel like.
no, but you're also hitting
You say in sports?
in sports.
In sports.
But you're also hitting a ball.
Hold on. No.
Wait,
I'm going to
maybe
say
the first guy in like the curling group
No.
that just like
In the major,
sends out
the
that
actual
thing.
sports, the actual sports.
talking about real
Curling
sports.
is an actual sport.
I'm going to go with the center in
in football.
soccer.
That just hops back and forth like
Yeah.
in that little area.
Okay.
Fucking
You
useless.
can't cross that area, so you can't get.
Useless as
How about
fuck.
the American actual
Wait,
sports?
Isn't the center in soccer the one that can go anywhere?
Yeah, but I mean, what does he do?
He runs from one end to the other all the time.
I mean, is that hard?
Because he's allowed.
Is that hard?
Eventually, that becomes hard.
How about the goalie in soccer? I always feel like
goalie in
goalie in
soccer?
soccer be underachieving.
They
I mean, what's
If you're the
what's expected of them is perfection.
Exactly.
They're like doctors. Like you could save
Yeah.
a million lives, but if one dies, someone's
could
coming
read
up
a
to you
book
like, "How
during
could
the
you
game?"
kill?"
Probably.
When I'm watching
I bet
a
you
game-
a goalie in soccer can get through one chapter of a book during a soccer game.
When I'm watching a game
Successfully.
and a fucking one guy's got and it's 3-0, and I'm like, damn, that guy
Sucks.
That guy sucks.
Yeah.
That guy is gonna fucking feel it tomorrow.
It's like really out of all the goalies, you picked this one who gave
Right.
up 3 goals.
His Twitter page is fucking going. See,
Death
I
threats.
think it's
Death threats.
harder to be a hockey goalie than a
fuck
soccer.
yeah.
sure,
Are
sure.
you kidding me?
Thing going a million miles an hour,
yeah.
and it's like
That
an
puck,
inch,
that
an
thing
inch high.
hurts.
And
And
you
even with
wearing
those
all
pads
that
on, that
shit.
hurts.
You can't move.
Most of them dudes are like fucking giants.
Yeah,
Too.
I got respect for hockey players.
I'm not about it. By the way, only reason I was talking about soccer players is those are the only people I feel like if they have to bring that heat in person, I can knock them out.
And you know what?
Soccer players.
You know what?
I can knock them out.
Yeah, and you know what? They would go flying through 2 walls because they're the biggest floppers in all
Yes,
sports.
exactly.
Oh man,
I know I can take
soccer flops are the best.
I'll never watch Men's World Cup.
Whoop. I just go bow, and
man.
then they just go whoop.
I do enjoy the World Cup though.
No,
So
no.
anyway.
But hold on, real quick. Women's World Cup, I'll watch because you could punch them in the face and they'll keep running full speed.
I'm not punching any women in the face.
No,
I say you,
Damn
if
it,
you
James.
would, they would
Again.
not stop playing. I didn't.
you can punch any woman in the face and they'll keep on going. Fuck yeah.
Because they're a powerful breed of people.
They will never flop. Is the point of that?
Speaking of flopping,
Yes.
I love doing the segue. Because that is a perfect segue
It's a
into
perfect segue.
the NBA.
Here we go.
He's on fire.
From down.
I know you was waiting on it, and we'll give it to you. It's the NBA. Yeah, I watched a little bit of the Lakers
Portland. And
game.
I have watched the last 4 Laker games.
Oh, you're the one who watched.
Yeah. Hit the Richter scale on the ratings on that one.
Yeah, shout out to Time Warner. You know,
Yeah.
shout out to Spectrum.
Yeah. The Lakers had a 5-game win streak going on.
They had a 5-game win streak, and I expected them to lose this Portland game, and they had it. They had the win, but then Damian Lillard, All-Star, went Kobe and just put the game away.
Yeah, they were up. The Lakers were up by 12 points in the third quarter.
Up by 10 with 5 minutes to go in the fourth.
And then a grown man appeared. Mm-hmm. His name was Damian Lillard.
When he's hitting from way outside the 3-point
Center court, man.
there's no stopping him, especially when he gets into that game, that killer mode in the fourth quarter.
Shooting from the logo.
So I'm not going to fault the Lakers for that loss because, hey, that's a great game. And the better team, the best player won.
I'm not going to
Best
ask
player
all
won.
the questions that everybody else is going to ask. Like,
Oh.
is Lonzo Ball a bust?
No.
No, Lonzo was
Definitely
obviously
not
not
a
a
bust.
bust.
Are the Lakers going to make the playoffs?
That's
I'm
a
not
good question.
I'm not going to ask any of the
Can
questions.
the Lakers make the playoffs?
Mathematically, they can, but I don't see it.
I'm going to ask you. Is Damon Lillard the most underrated point guard in the league right now?
I don't think so. He's a little inconsistent sometimes, man.
And I don't think his team is good. And I think C.J. McCollum, the
They
second
are right
best
now in the third
Yeah.
spot
They're-
in the West.
in the Wild
Okay,
West.
speaking of, but in literally 3 games, they could be out of the playoffs. There's a 2-game separation from the 3rd seed and the 8th seed in the West. It's insane right now.
Right. And they are
and
well,
the
they're-
9th seed.
So they're 12 games back.
You know what's even crazier
But
in their division?
They're on a 7-game win streak.
Yeah.
Right now they are. I mean, and if they lose the next 3 games, they could be out of the playoffs. And that's something the Portland Trailblazers could possibly do.
Which
'Cause
is
they are an
saying-
inconsistent basketball team. But they are playing really well right now.
But I think Damian Lillard is the only player on that team. Which, but he
Well,
might
they
be
got-
underrated.
No, they got McCollum over there.
I think he's overrated.
He's overrated. He needs to play some defense.
Well,
Is it Nurkic?
Yes.
Or is it Jokic?
Oh, see, those are the ones I get confused.
See,
Jokic and
dude,
Nurkic.
that is the point of this show. We will fuck up the names.
Yeah. I mean, we can't be the first ones to get those confused.
The
But
European white guy
It's-
on the Portland Trailblazers.
Jurkic, I think.
You know what?
It's
That's
Dirk Nowitzki.
that's the real
it's
reason.
Dirk.
That's the real reason Denver had to trade him to Portland because they had
Another guy with the same name.
They had Nurkic and Norkic.
Jokic.
Jokic and Nurkic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta get rid of one of y'all.
And they kept the one they could make fun of. I mean, isn't Jokic like Jokic?
The Denver Nuggets, hey, they're in the 8th slot right now, and they got like nobody on their team.
I think they're falling out though.
I think Portland is definitely going to make the playoffs, though.
Yeah.
They have like 7 home games in the next 10 they get to play.
And And
they
Damian
play
Lillard.
really well at home, I feel
Did
like.
we talk about Anthony Davis last week?
Yes.
I feel like we talked about the Pelicans, but we didn't talk about
Anthony Davis could win MVP.
He's a super duper star.
this year,
What the
depending on
fuck,
where the Pelicans
dude?
fall.
The Pelicans fall.
That's insane.
Fall? They've risen to number 4.
No, I'm saying if they fall, then he probably won't win MVP.
There's
but
only
they
like
continue
20-something games left.
Yeah.
Now hold on.
And once again, in 3 games, they could be out of the playoffs. If the Pelicans don't make the playoffs, Anthony Davis won't be able to win MVP. But for that team, I don't know what's happening.
Anthony Davis's Achilles heel might literally be his Achilles heel. He is an injury prone guy. So he's playing. I think he's always had this, at least for the past few years.
We're not
but
going
he's-
to wish no injuries on nobody.
No,
I'm just
I love
disclaimer.
seeing
This
this.
is disclaimer.
Damn it, James.
I love seeing this.
Disclaimer.
I love seeing great players be great.
Right.
Yeah.
This is just a disclaimer.
Oh, and just real quick, just so everyone knows, James does have a Dikembe Mutombo jersey on.
One of the greatest.
76ers. He has
This way he'll never
specifically a
forget.
76ers.
This is the 76ers,
The Sixers.
Mutombo jersey. The 2001 finals is when I fell in love with the greatest player of all time, Dikembe Mutombo.
How is it that you fell in love with him
I'll tell you.
during that
You wanna
final
know?
series when he just was getting
I would
beat
love to know,
the hell
yes,
up
please.
by
You wanna
Shaq?
know?
Shaq was barbecue chicken him all.
Because game one, the Sixers won.
Well, yeah, okay.
So, Allen, there's no stopping Shaq. Allen
man.
Iverson would come
I'm
down,
just
try to
surprised-
swipe the ball. He would kick it out,
Yep.
and then he'd repost, and he gets dunked
I thought you
on.
would go to his Atlanta days for.
Man, I didn't watch the NBA before 2000.
I feel you.
James keeps it real on that.
See,
Really?
but ABC, or it might have been NBC at the time, did these halftime specials on players. And Dikembe Mutombo, I learned all about him in one halftime. This dude speaks 11 languages. He has 11 middle names. He probably has fathered 11 children. But he also built at least 11 hospitals in Africa. He donated a lot of his millions
Because
to
you gotta
building.
have because he probably got more than 11 kids. He had to gotta have them birthed somewhere.
What's the over/under on how many kids Dikembe
I'm
Mutombo
going
actually
15.
has?
15. In and out of wedlock. If we're going in and out of wedlock, I'm gonna go with 15.
And you know what?
Who wants to fuck my Tombo? I'm going with 15.
But you know what's great? He is a staple of the NBA All-Star
The
Weekend.
things he does with that finger.
Yeah, and he is always at
That's what gets the women hot. They see that finger wag.
it's like a windshield wiper.
He said, no, and then they go.
Yes. Oh, I want to fuck Mutombo.
He's always at the NBA All-Star Game, given what the viewers' reaction is. He's always rolling his eyes during the dunk contest. But anyway, what are we talking about?
We're talking about the NBA, so we're gonna
We
move
were
on
talking
to
about the NBA.
let's just talk about the playoff situation.
The playoff situation is pretty great. Who do you guys think? Okay, let's say in the next, week in the West, who's going to be in the playoffs and who's going to be out?
Clippers are going in. Nuggets are falling out.
You think the Nuggets are falling out?
Mm-hmm. And the Timberwolves out, and I'll put the Jazz in.
So you're not putting the Lakers in.
Nah, I did the math, and I went through the schedule. There is a road to 41-41, but a lot of things have to go right. My final record, I'm guessing, is 35 and math quiz 47.
The Timberwolves, man, we predicted that. They have fallen to the sixth.
Yeah, without Jimmy Butler. I mean,
They may fall out of the playoffs.
I think the Timberwolves are definitely going to fall out of the playoffs.
So, do you think that the Nuggets will fall out too?
The Nuggets at home, are really freaking good.
But that only means them winning what?
And
Quarter of their games left or something.
And Millsap is coming back, or is back. So I just think the Jazz are on a mission. And
So you think the Jazz are going to be in the playoffs?
Jazz and Clippers in,
the Clippers.
Nuggets, Wolves out. Because the Clippers, this season at least, have won that Blake Griffin trade. They're playing
So
great.
nobody thinks the Golden State Warriors are going to fall out. I'm just,
Hot takes here. Hot takes on
Yeah,
the
nobody thinks
nice
they're going
and
to lose
safe up
13
there.
straight games.
unless a horrible disease hits that locker room.
Yeah, man, I think we're about to see Oklahoma, New Orleans, Portland, Golden State Houston go on like a tear to solidify their spots because they got nothing but vets on their teams.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
even
home
though
stretch
Portland.
time.
I mean, even though
The Clippers have a hard remaining
the
schedule, I feel
Pelicans
like,
are
too.
the shaky one that I just named. But I think they're going to solidify their spots, get in there, and I think you guys might be right about the Clippers.
I mean, I think the Pelicans have the easiest schedule remaining out of these guys.
If Anthony Davis needs to stay healthy because freak injuries can happen all the time, just
Yeah.
as it did with the Pelicans center, DeMarcus Cousins.
Or just as it happened for Jimmy Butler.
So I think the Timberwolves are going in a week. They're going to be out of the playoffs.
So, on to the Eastern Conference.
The East is way less fun.
I'll tell you why it's less fun, because these fucking teams suck.
Celtics lost to the Rockets last week.
The Celtics lost by like 3 to the Rockets, though. So that was a good sign for the East to at least they're being competitive with the West. Is anyone following the Indiana Pacers by any chance?
Tell us all about them.
They're on a 3-game winning streak, and they've won 7 of their last 3.
Pacers playing really well.
I mean, 7 of their last 3.
We're a half
They're
game out
won
of
7
the
of their
Central
last
Division.
7-3 in their last 10 games. What'd you say?
7-3. We're a half game behind the Cavs for the number 1
Yeah.
spot in the Central.
Cavs are falling, man.
And I have a good feeling that the Pacers actually might win the Central Division, and the Cavs will take the second spot in the Central.
You think the Cavs are going to fall to the 4?
They're not playing well,
Yes.
man.
That's what you're saying?
Yep. I'm saying that right here.
Falling. They that like that?
Yep.
They did beat the Pistons again.
The Cavs are just trying to get into the playoffs. They just need to make the playoffs.
By the
and they'll
way-
be fine. The Pacers don't. I don't think the Pacers want to play the Wizards.
Yeah, they'd rather play the Sixers or the Heat.
I
I would
wanna-
rather play the Heat or the Bucks, depending on how that ends there too.
I just want to mention that we were wrong, absolutely wrong, about the Detroit Pistons, at least so
Yuck.
far, because they have won what, 2 games?
The
2
Pistons
games in the last
Since
like
last time we
month.
talked about it, I think the Pistons are like 7-10.
Yeah, and but it ain't Blake's fault. He's doing his thing.
No.
no, but they're 2-8 in the last 10 games.
Yeah,
Woo!
they have. They started 5-0. Just for the record,
Yes.
the first week our prediction was right on the money.
You know, they were playing the Pacers. I mean, not the Pacers, the Cavaliers a couple nights ago.
Last night, wasn't it? Or
It might have been last night,
Yeah.
yeah. It looked like Larry Nance was the new Blake Griffin, the way he was dunking.
I think he's gonna come.
Larry
I
Nance
think
is fun
Tristan
over there.
Thompson needs to get sent to the bench.
Just keep him hurt.
Larry Nance needs to get all his minutes.
He
Larry
sure
Nance
does.
is a beast on defense, and
He
he
was
can
supposed
catch
to play for
any
the
lob.
Cavs. His dad played for the Cavs. It's great that he's playing for the Cavs.
J.R. Smith had a sick lob to
That was
Larry Nance.
ridiculous. It was like a scoop
J.R.
lob.
Smith also needs to go to the bench. Rodney Hood needs to probably start because
Yes, I agree with that.
last night
score.
J.R. Smith played 21 minutes. Guess what? How many points he had?
5.
Wrong.
0.
Ding 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 ding
Wow,
ding ding
really?
ding 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 ding.
What do I win? A J.R. Smith shirt.
Did not fucking yeah. Tell him what he's won. Well, Eric's won a J.R. Smith T-shirt.
I have
Notice
it.
him chugging on the Jack Daniels bottle.
I have it in
also
my attic with
a-
all my Bentumbo jerseys.
40 of Colt 45. And a blunt.
Can the
So
Pistons get into the playoffs?
I say no.
Okay,
That's
so
not the way
if
they're
the
playing.
playoffs started
Yeah,
right
I don't
now,
think there's going to be a lot of movement at
Yeah.
the end of the East.
I think it's set.
y'all think this is who it's going to be. We
Yeah,
got
I think-
Toronto at 1, Boston 2, 3, Cleveland 4, Pacers. No, y'all think it's going to be 4, Cleveland 3, the Pacers.
I'm saying Pacers are taking the 3rd seed.
Yeah, I'm saying the teams are set. The order could.
The
could
order can
fluctuate.
go anywhere, but the teams I think are just going to stay
So
the same.
let's just say let's just say for the purpose of this exercise that the Cleveland Cavaliers are the 4 and the Pacers are the 3. Let's
Yeah.
start the playoffs right now. You got Milwaukee, Toronto.
I say
Who
Bucks
wins?
win.
The Raptors beat the Bucks. I take the Raptors there.
Taking the Raptors.
Boston, Miami. I take Boston.
Hold on, who you got, Bill?
I'm gonna take the Raptors too. I'm gonna take the Raptors too.
So we got the Raptors.
In
James
7.
has the Bucks. Ballsy move, I think.
Don't believe in the Raptors. They are the Rockets of the
You
East.
taking them in?
I don't believe in them.
Well, there's no purpose in them.
Yeah.
So, Boston and Miami.
Boston.
Boston, yeah.
Okay, we're all in agreement there.
Cavs, Sixers.
No. Pacers.
Oh.
Sixers.
I dig my Pacers.
I'll take the Sixers.
Yeah.
Embiid.
That'll actually be
There's
a
no
really
stopping
good
Embiid.
I think I would take the Sixers
Yeah.
only for the purpose of the fact that I would take the Cleveland Cavaliers over the Washington Wizards, and then they would play
The Sixers.
the Sixers.
Yeah, I don't think the Cavs want to play the Sixers.
And exactly.
I mean, Embiid's no Mutombo, but he is a foreign center with a funny accent.
I just need the Joel Embiid to talk a little bit faster. That's all. I have no
He's
problems.
learning the language, man.
I have no problems. He went to college, so I need him to just try a little bit harder and talk a little bit faster. That's it. That's all I need for him.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's good stuff.
So yeah, then we got I say
Yeah, the Pistons are 5 games out of the playoffs right now, and I don't think they're going to catch up.
Everyone else is tanking, or are the Charlotte Hornets who suck.
so Toronto
Yeah.
would play.
I think the Celtics will be the 1 seed by the end of
Celtics.
this.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
They're only 1.5 games back.
Yeah. The Celtics can easily catch that up with the Raptors.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Kyle
go out on a limb.
Lowry
This
is on the verge of a breakdown
This is what
at
I-
any point in the
just took
season.
words right out of my mouth.
What happened?
I'm going to go out on a limb right here and say that Kyle Lowry starts his breakdown a little bit early.
Kyle Lowry is probably one of the worst multi-all-star players ever.
Yeah, definitely.
I would agree with that,
Definitely
yeah.
the most overrated point guard in the NBA.
So I'm not trusting the Raptors to stay up there.
Which is why I think Giannis beats him in the first round if the playoffs started today.
Well,
Oh, that's interesting.
that is interesting. So if
The Pacers should have beat them last year, I felt.
if the Western Conference playoffs started today,
Oh, man. What's
real quick.
Houston versus Denver?
Houston, four wins.
Well, let's just go ahead and put the Utah Jazz and the
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Clippers.
Oh, yeah. Let's get
we'll put the Utah Jazz at the 8 and we'll
Clippers
put
at 7?
the Clippers at 7.
Okay.
God. Yeah. Rockets, Chris Paul and James Harden get
Yeah.
to the second round.
The Rockets beat the Jazz.
Golden State beats. So they're
Yeah.
they're done.
Golden State beats the Clippers.
Golden State beats the Clippers
Yeah,
again.
That's easy.
Portland.
Portland Timberwolves?
No,
No,
Portland,
Oklahoma.
I take OKC.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, I take OKC there.
Ooh, y'all take OKC.
100%.
I'll give you, man. I like you guys.
The anger of Russ.
Here we go. Here's the question: Pelicans or
San Antonio Spurs.
who might have Kawhi Leonard.
I take
Yeah.
the Spurs.
Spurs.
I take the Spurs in the playoffs.
Then we would have the Spurs playing
Rockets.
The Rockets.
Spurs. James
I like
Harden
that.
plays 2 games.
Kawhi comes back.
And that means we would get what we want, which is Oklahoma City, Golden State in the second round.
yes.
The West playoffs could be so much fun. I hope this happens.
And then that means we would probably have OKC. So basically, it's either going to be OKC or Golden State
versus Spurs.
versus the Spurs in the Western Conference Finals. That's what
Nice.
we're saying right here. You're hearing it here first.
Hang on.
You just heard it.
I'm saying it first.
I'm not saying Houston's getting beat by the Spurs.
So you're not going to go. Me and James, we're
I
going
still
on that
have
limb.
Houston winning the NBA Finals this year.
Wow.
See, I
Houston is
cannot
gonna win
go
the
out on
finals
that
this year.
limb because I'm telling you,
Remember that
just like
dumb,
the
weird
Raptors.
swan dream I had, guys? I
that's
can't go
like-
against that thing.
You're going with the dream? You going with the dream?
You're pulling a haystack, a needle possibility out of a haystack of possibilities.
Needle in a haystack?
Yeah. The Rockets have done nothing to prove that they can
Nothing
win.
at all. Nothing at all.
That they can win.
But they
They're the
look
Raptors of the
great.
Western Conference.
And the Rockets have Chris Paul.
Who has also never gotten out of the second
And they
round
have
of the
Gordon.
playoffs.
And they have Capella. And James Harden. That's
I just
4
can't believe
superstars.
what I'm hearing right now.
Those are 4
Well,
guys that are
but-
playing above average at their position.
Hey, they're the best regular season team of all time.
They can win a finals.
You heard it here first, folks. So let's see what we got on the docket here.
Big bark, no bites.
Is that the last thing? What's the other thing?
Talked it.
Clippers.
Oh, the Sloans.
But I gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we
We
only
can do a 3-minute rant right now, and then you guys can keep talking.
no. We only got 3 minutes left. So right
talk
now,
too much.
What we want to do is give some shout outs. Go ahead, do some shout outs.
Oh, real quick, I just want to say happy birthday to my grandpa. He turned 94 this past week.
Hey.
Good work living, Gramps.
Good job.
Yeah.
But also, happy birthday to Bill, our very own.
And happy birthday to Bill.
You called your grandpa?
Well, I had to get my grandma real quick. And then happy birthday to Bill. Yes.
Happy birthday to me.
solid March birthdays.
It was my birthday yesterday, March the 5th. Well, yeah, you know.
Did you have a good birthday?
I played a softball game and I hit a home run.
Happy
was nice.
mother
Me and
I was
James
there.
birthday.
was playing in a game yesterday, and yeah, I hit a home run. It was amazing.
And it wasn't like, oh, it's his birthday, let's give him a home run. Solid base running.
Do you have like a home run run after you hit?
Dude, he was
a home
trotting.
run? Yeah.
He was trotting the whole
man, I
fucking
tried
run.
it like a fucking like Babe Ruth.
Do you do like the Sammy Sosa like side gallop while you're watching your ball before you get to first base?
He kept the bat, and at second base did the Yasiel Puig flip.
Wow.
No, I kept the bat, but I did like
Did you flip
just
it?
let it go right at first base,
See, I
which is
would've
like
flipped that
very
thing real high.
egregious. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna just shout out some people who said happy birthday to me.
Oh, there we go.
Craig. Craig, you know Crazy Craig.
Crazy Craig? Do I know Crazy Craig?
Craig.
I do know Crazy
He sounded
Craig.
like Smokey.
Shout out to Craig.
Yeah, what's up, Bill? Happy birthday, man.
Shout out to my man Dino. That's his real name and his rap name. Dino.
Oh, I know Dino. He's in don't tell me. The legs or something. The body parts. What is it called?
Of limbs.
Of limbs. There you go. The body parts.
The body
This
parts.
is like this is a game that would be a guess
What's
to
your
what
rap name? Dino.
Shout out to Sarah Haley. Shout out to I don't know. I'm tired of reading people's names.
I gotta go, Bill.
Yeah. this is ridiculous. So shout out to
Lance Stevenson?
Lance Stevenson
I think you're the craziest person
and old girl with the
in the
microphone.
NBA. Oh, Fina Sanchez. Thanks for the mic.
Fina?
Yeah, it's Fina.
It's Fina.
Fina's mic. Yeah, thanks for making it sound better.
Thanks, Fina.
Thank you, Fina.
Fina Sanchez. It's the shout out.
Like that. Fina sounds good.
We out of here, motherfuckers.
Peace.
They shot my baby down. They shot my baby down, down. They shot my baby down. They shot my baby down. They shot my baby down, down. J to L 15 started yesterday.